What about stocks like ELF Beauty and Celsius Holdings? They've had recent declines. Are these companies likely to keep dropping, or is this an opportunity to start investing?
The beauty space is incredibly important. I like ELF. If I can get it at $92, $91, somewhere in the area, I would love it. Homework assignment: if it goes to 92, what is that drop from that high of 213.75? Mathematical equation is key. So, what percentage from the high is that if it gets down to 92? Please put it in chat. If I've made you money, please put yes in chat. Let me get some pandas in chat. But I think once you realize what levels to buy at based on percentage-based drops, a lot of the fear goes away. I think at one point it may have been too overvalued. And if it gets to 92, it may be undervalued, to go back to the segment for earlier. So Celsius, I do like as well. That price I will say for Stock Club, but the truth is, in this era, and we'll talk about it on Blackout, about some of these layoffs, but most of the companies and business plans that did incredibly well from 2015 through 2020 were because of a zero interest rate environment. It's a lot of these companies that are just correcting. I know some people want to be critical of the thoughts on influencer recession, but I told y'all certain brands and media would die, and they've died. Everybody was a rock star when interest rates were zero. Now that we've recalibrated, you're going to see a lot more carnage that happens, and then the cream will rise to the top. I think Celsius and both ELF are just have to recalibrate what they're doing, find a way to put out better products, how to innovate, and have higher profit margins. That's it. And especially when NVIDIA is up 700% in a few years and Palantir is up 400%, you don't want small gains out of a company that may not be doing as well. So be mindful. Also, if you're up 100, 200%, 400% on an investment, take profit. Stop being greedy.
Please.
Stop being greedy.
Please take profit.
I was in at 10 and then went up to 78, but it fell back down. I'm like, why didn't you get out? 500% is always a great place to take profit, even if you only take a quarter of it off the table.
Yeah, I'm the 100%. I had this theory where it was, if I buy contracts in evens, right? So if I buy 10, by the time I'm at 100%, I try to sell it off to the closest, whatever that number is, and have an odd number. That's how I know I took profit, right? So if I see my contracts are like 7 or they're 17, I know I've taken profit because I only trade in evens. So that was one way. I want to add something.
That could be an even and still be an even. You buy 8, you sell 50. That's 4.
No. I said I sold to the closest 100. So if I might have.
You still have. You mean right?
Not half, just 100%. Whatever gets me to the 100%.
So when all right. So if you get 100%, if you get 100%,
let's take a perfect example. I'll give it to you right now. I had 20 NVIDIA contracts, right? I'm up 600% on it. When I saw what calculated to 100% my initial investment, I'm selling that. Now that might have been 2, right? So that would only brought me to 18 contracts. But I'll say, all right, well, in order for me to know that I took profit, I'll make it an odd number of contracts. So I'll sell 3 off. So now I got 17 contracts. I know that I've taken my initial investment out. Everything else is just profit moving.
But
that's smart.
But also, I mean, you could just sell half of it. So if you
you could.
That's the easy way, right? Like, so like if you have 8 contracts and you have 100%, right?
Yeah, then I'm selling.
That means you doubled your money.
Right.
So if you sell half of your contracts, if you sell 4 contracts, that means that the money that you put in, you have.
That's easy.
Yeah.
But when I get up, so like and I showed my portfolio in class, I got some that are 700. I showed y'all one that was up 1,300. Then the numbers get like, all right, did I take profit here? Did I take profit? Yeah. Or what's the metric? Is it after I take 100? What's the next metric I'm going to take profit at? Or maybe it is like you just said, it's 500. And thank God if anybody gets to see 500%, great. Is it 1,000? Like, how many I mean, people get to those numbers. It's like I'm trying to keep track of it. And when you have like, I think I have like maybe 10 positions, the easiest way for me to look at it is like, all right, that's odd. I know I took my initial bet. This is all profit movement. Yeah. I was going to add to that conversation around Celsius and Elf. We've seen a pullback, even in Ulta Beauty.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of the competitive advantage as we start to see more people create beauty care brands. We spoke about Selena Gomez now in the billionaire status with her beauty care line. Is there a competitive advantage between one or the other, right? When you're talking about these businesses, because the next thing I would think is Sephora, which is owned by LVMH.
Mm-hmm.
What is there a moat inside that business? Because I think the business will keep going as more people in TikTok has helped a bunch. Social media has helped a bunch with the makeup industry and beauty care industry, not just for women but men as well. Is there a competitive advantage between one or the other?
I think Sephora has the strongest one just because they're backed by LVMH. Like I said, when everybody is looking, the back end of the parent company matters a hell of a lot. I still like Ulta, but I think in this era, having one or two competitive advantages isn't enough. And that's why at the top of the show, I said, what can you do that nobody else on earth can do? If you don't have a clear answer to that, it's too many competitors in that space for you. And that's why, as a result, Ulta has 11% profit margin. Still a great business. Celsius, you have Monster as a competitor. You got Starbucks, you got Dutch Bros, you have a whole bunch of energy competition for human performance there. So yeah, that's why for me, like when I'm looking at a company, can you do this and not many others in your space? Are they not able to do it? So that's a great point. That's a great point that you made about decaying moats or the decaying leverage.
So we saw DaBaby put the cover art for his album. I think it's Tesla Cybertruck, and then Elon Musk kind of like reposted it. So how do you feel about influencers promoting brands like Tesla without formal endorsement deals?
I thought this was a great question. Thanks to the person who sent it in. And I think the conversation is, why do rappers do this? A desire for inclusion, but two, your brand score, Q score, is not high enough to mandate that you get a deal. So they're kind of doing a loss leader for free to be cool, to then hopefully at some point down the line get an endorsement deal elsewhere. I think it's a misuse of your brand power. I can't tell anyone what to do, but there's a reason why there's certain things I just won't promote because I know what my value is. So I think that a lot of times we may want inclusion, and of course being retweeted by Elon, a lot of value after he got canceled. But if I look at the development of OnlyFans and how much that person's made, Shein, how much they've made, Fashion Nova, how much they've made, even if you go to the music side, TuneCore, a lot of independent artists were talking about that, and then all of a sudden, when evaluations come in, none of the artists get that. I think it's a mistake to just attach your brand to something for a look. So send a wire in, send a deposit in. Equity of perpetuity.
Yeah, I just saw the cover. And then I mean, Meek has his new single is called Cybertruck. Same thing.
Listen, there's some talented racists out there. I ain't even gonna hold you. If y'all want to promote the brand for free and all you want is a look, I think I'm good looking already. I don't need a good look. Send a wire. But if y'all gonna do it for free, I'm not mad at Elon for getting that shit off. I ain't even gonna hold you. If y'all crazy enough to promote, even we'll talk about it on Blackout one day, not this week. Even the fentanyl, a lot of y'all leaning into that bag. Who paying y'all to do that?
The Fenty wave?
Just go look at a graph in comparison to 2021 about the rappers who didn't talk about it versus who will talk about it now.
Dangerous drug.
I don't believe in coincidence.